Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the money world. And today we're diving into Dime Community Bankshares, Incorporated's latest filing. Get ready because this one's got a little bit of everything, some regular business updates, and a peek into how they're balancing their books. Before we jump in, if you enjoy these straight to the point breakdowns of important corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to chat about these findings or anything else in the financial world, come join our Discord community, linked in the description below. Alright, so what we've got here is a report filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC. These reports are like a public diary for companies, telling us what is going on in their world. Especially when something big happens, this particular document is known as an 8K report, which is typically filed when a company needs to announce major events that shareholders would find important. Think of it as a special bulletin. The big date for this report is the 23rd of September 2025. This is when the earliest event mentioned in this filing actually took place. Companies have to be pretty timely with these reports, so this gives us a window into recent happenings. One of the key things companies list in these filings is what kinds of stock they have. Dime Community Bankshares Incorporated has common stock, which is what most people think of when they talk about owning a piece of a company. They also have preferred stock Series A, which is a bit different and often comes with specific rights. And then there are their junior subordinated notes, which are essentially a way for the company to borrow money with some specific conditions. These are all traded on the Nasdaq stock market, LLC, which is a major place where stocks and other securities are bought and sold. Now, what is really interesting about this report is what it doesn't contain. You see a lot of placeholders like NAA, which means not applicable. This often signals that certain standard information, like a change in a former name or address, isn't relevant for this particular filing. It suggests we're focusing on a specific event rather than a broad update across all categories. The main story here under other events is about dividends. Companies sometimes share profits with their shareholders, and this report tells us that on the 23rd of September 2025, Dime Community Bankshares Board of Directors announced a quarterly cash dividend. This means they decided to pay out money to their shareholders. Specifically, they declared a dividend of $0.25 for each share of common stock. This payment is set for the 24th of October 2025 for shareholders who own the stock on the 17th of October 2025. This is a pretty straightforward announcement, but it's good news for investors as it means the company is distributing profits. Then we get to the exhibits. This is where they attach the actual documents that support the report. In this case, the most important exhibit is Exhibit 99.1, which is the press release announcing this dividend. Think of the press release as the official announcement to the public, and this 8K filing is the formal record of that announcement with the SEC. It is important to note that the report says this exhibit is being furnished and not filed. This is a technical distinction that means it is being provided to the SEC for their information, but it does not carry the same legal weight as a filed document. This press release is the actual communication that went out to investors and the public. It would contain the details of the dividend, and likely some positive messaging from the company about their financial health, even though the filing itself doesn't delve deep into the financials. The primary purpose of this 8K filing is to document this dividend declaration. And then we see a reference to a cover page interactive data file formatted in something called inline XBRL. This is a digital format that makes it easier for computers to read and process financial information. It's basically making the report more accessible for analysis. Now, looking at this filing, it is pretty clear that this 8K report is very focused. It is not a deep dive into the company's financial performance like you might see in a quarterly or annual report. Instead, it is specifically about announcing a dividend. This implies that the dividend declaration was a notable event for Dime Community Bankshares, incorporated on that date. From a broader perspective, dividend announcements are generally seen as a positive sign. They suggest that a company has enough confidence in its financial stability and future earnings to return some of that value directly to its shareholders. It can be an indicator that the company is profitable and managing its cash flow effectively. However, without the detailed financial statements that would be in a bigger report, it is hard to judge the overall health of the company just from this 8K. We don't know if this dividend is sustainable long term based on this document alone. It's like getting a postcard saying "wish you were here" and him having fun without seeing the whole vacation album. For investors, seeing a consistent dividend can be a good sign for income generation, but it's crucial to look beyond just the dividend itself. You'd want to see the underlying financial strength that supports these payouts. In conclusion, While this 8K filing from Dime Community Bankshares Incorporated is quite specialized, focusing primarily on a dividend declaration, it does signal a commitment to returning value to shareholders. The lack of extensive financial details in this particular report means we can make any judgments about their strategic direction or competitive position at this moment. It is a small piece of a much larger puzzle. What are your thoughts on dividend declarations? Do they tell you enough about a company, health, or do you need to see more financial depth? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. That really helps us out. And of course, subscribe for more corporate deep dives. Don't forget to join our Discord community for more conversations. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.